My life before Utility Warehouse was, I was a joiner from leaving school to being aged 23 because I'd left school with little to no qualifications. I did know that I'd got a backup plan because my dad had an insurance business for 28 years, and when he retired I actually took over. I actually went on to become an independent financial advisor and mortgage broker, which I did for 14 years. But the ever-moving goalposts, the stresses and strains of financial services got topside of me. It reduced me to nosebleeds, headaches, constantly feeling sick and even craying. And one day I just made the decision, I can't do this anymore, and took a massive drop in income and a massive drop in lifestyle and went from financial services back into the building trade, working for £80 a day. I was happy as a pig in muck for a long time, but then the money disappeared, the car was getting older, I was having to say no to the kids far too often, and I actually slipped back into a place of depression, and life was not good. That's now 8 years ago, just immediately prior to us stumbling across Utility Warehouse. I got in conversation with this lady. She says we show people how to either save money or make money or both. You know, which would interest you most, which is a great question, and I said both, and I agreed to let her come round to our house and show us all about it. She showed us how we could save £65 a month on our household expenditure. I didn't actually believe a word that she was saying, and we tried this thing out initially with a pay-as-you-go SIM card and a cashback card, and it was more or less a test at the start to see if this thing was real. As the lady was leaving, I said, what's this making money thing that you mentioned? She says, well, I do this as a part-time business. I do office admin, but I do this part-time and it pays for my holidays every year and it pays for my pension. And as soon as she mentioned pension, she'd got my attention. I thought maybe I need to explore more into this, and she left me with what was a DVD, which is now we've got the tools with the video links, and I just saw something in it that, you know, this getting paid over and over again. But initially it was, well, yeah, it looks okay, but no more than that. It certainly didn't blow me away at the start. It was the start of a journey. Your experience was slightly different.
Now I thought, oh, here we go, it'll be me picking up the pieces again, bearing in mind he wasn't in the best place emotionally anyway, because Graham had actually had a go at a couple of other home-based businesses before. That was my biggest fear, that he was going to be putting time and effort into something that I didn't believe was going to work.
When I did actually pluck up the courage to ring anybody and go and see people, the first 12 people all said no. But to support me on that journey, I had a great mentor, a guy called John Thorne, that was helping me realise that not getting off to the best start is actually quite normal. He helped me believe that as my skills improved and as my confidence improved and as my belief improved, that my results would get better. He asked me why I was doing the business. And even though we wasn't in a great place emotionally or financially, I hadn't actually established the reason as to why I was doing the business, and he helped me find out why I was doing it, and all of a sudden I was starting to understand motivation and focus, that it was an alien concept to me. John encouraged me to start getting involved in personal development, and that was really the changing point in our life, both emotionally and financially.
Initially, I was thinking, yes, okay, I've got my belief in it, in the company, and I get it now, it works. You know, it's basically a vehicle to use to make the changes in your life. And Graham's getting all excited thinking, oh, well, she gets it now, she's going to be on board with it. And all the time I'm thinking, no, this is good for you, Gray, but I'm a hairdresser. But I kept going to other events and seeing different people from all different walks of life. And that's what I love about it, that it is literally a simple system that anyone from any background can follow and become successful. That's when I got well and truly on board.
On the 30th of September this year, so in a few more days, we'll have been in the business for 8 years. And the incredible thing about Leverage, my brother was actually the first person that we introduced to the business. My brother Pete knew a guy called Gareth who knew Claire Hingot. And then all of a sudden, we've now got well over 4,000 group customers and in excess of 800 team members in South Wales from one phone call that I made to my brother 8 years ago. And this thing is now just spreading here, there and everywhere. So literally we've got thousands and thousands and thousands of man hours going into our business where I'd worked all my life 50, 60, 70 hours a week working hard, never really getting ahead. You know, Richard Branson doesn't drive all the trains and fly all the planes. He earns a little bit off of a lot of people. And that's the incredible thing about this business. It gives average people the chance to do the same.
The personal development within this business, what it does for people, is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, Graham, when we first started, he'd stand up at an open evening physically shaking, "My name's Graham, I'm a joiner from Chesterfield." And then because of the personal development now, he talks passionately and confidently in front of thousands of people. And that, you know, you can't measure that. That is just absolutely fantastic. With Graham not having to work on building sites anymore, and because of the personal development, Graham's in such a happier place, which obviously that's huge for all the family.
The magnitude of the opportunity for me is that there's a major pension problem out there that cannot be solved by the government, that people have got to take responsibility and ownership for creating their own future. And this is a fantastic vehicle in order to be able to do that. And if they ride the crest of this wave with this company, they can change theirs and their family's life without question.